This is the first video ever on this channel that I created called Trent Talks. And basically, it's gonna be me flexing my sexy shirt. No, I'm kidding, but it's basically gonna be I'm just gonna be talking about things I don't like. So to start off the channel, I guess I'll do cops. And I'm not talking about normal cops, I'm talking about douchebag cops. The kind of cops that pull you over for going 3 over the speed limit just to be an asshole, just to give you a ticket, just because they fucking love that. There's nothing more in the world that a cop loves than writing on a yellow piece of paper and putting it on your fucking windshield for parking on the side of the road for 4 seconds because you had to take a shit in the nearest Burger King, but there was no parking spots. So you had to use the side of the road, but there's a video in the description that I'm going to recommend, and it is basically just douchebag cops getting called out for being douchebags on YouTube. And I forget what the YouTuber's name is or the video, but I am going to find it, and I'm going to get the link for it, and I'm going to put it in the description in case you guys just want to check that out. So, for now, we'll just focus on, Canadian cops, basically. So, cops in Canada, they'll call and be like, my husband got stabbed. We'll let the paramedics take care of that. Somebody just got shot. We'll let the paramedics take care of that. Kids on dirt bikes. Oh, wait, what? And then they'll throw their fucking lights on, code 3 flying down the fucking road over some 8-year-old trying to have fun on his electric fucking pit bike. And they'll, rip him off and beat the shit out of him with a nightstick or some shit. I don't fucking know. No, it's not that bad, but it's pretty bad because, some cops are nice and they'll see you and they'll go like that, or they'll nod at you like that or something. I'm talking about the ones that will pull you over, get 2 more fucking cars to come in, get a tow truck, take your quad, you'll never see it again. They don't give a fuck you just spent $1,500 on it. They'll fucking take it. They don't give a shit that it took you 4 years of saving money to get it. They'll take it away. They're not going to give you the money for it because they don't give a flying fuck. Because they didn't pay for it and it's not their 4-wheeler. Basically. So I actually have a story about a douchebag cop. It was actually when I was 4 years old. And I had to take a piss. And if you were ever 4 and you had to take a piss and your fucking asshole teachers didn't listen to you, well, what did you do? You sat there and you soiled and you pissed yourself, because what else are you gonna do? You're like a newborn kitten. You don't know where your litter box is yet, so you just shit wherever you see fit. So I had to take a piss, and fucking my uncle was like, well, there's no gas stations, but there is a farmer's field, so fuck it. He didn't say fuck it, I was 4. He said, well, buddy, there's no gas stations, so I guess we're pulling over and you can pee in the bush. So I didn't give a shit. I just had to take a piss. So I whip out my little Tic Tac and start pissing away. And if a cop don't just happen to fucking notice and pull over, just no one else saw me, but the pedophile cop just wanted to stare at a 3-year-old taking a piss to pull over. And he starts talking, and my uncle's like, well, there's no gas stations. I'm not going to let him piss my car up. There's nothing we could do besides this, or he's going to piss himself. And the cop basically says, well, why didn't you bring a change of clothes? And my uncle's like, well, what the hell do you mean? I'm bringing him back to his mom's house. We just hung out for the day. And then the cop's just like, oh, well, maybe he should be wearing diapers. And my uncle's like, no, he shouldn't. He's toilet trained. He just has to take a pee. And there's no toilet in my fucking truck. He started to get pissed off, so he's starting to be kind of an asshole. See, I don't remember this, but he told me about it not too long ago, because he's like, what do you want to, what do you do when you're bored sometimes? I'm like, well, I was thinking about starting a YouTube channel about just talking about shit. So he basically told me the story over the phone. He said, if you actually end up starting a YouTube channel, why don't you just talk about that? So I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll talk about that if I start one. So here I am talking about it. And since I'm 4 years old, I can't get a public indecency charge, so they give my fucking uncle one. And my uncle's like, well, how come I'm getting it? I didn't take any clothing off. I just stood here and I just stood here with my sweater like that, blocking my nephew's tiny naked body from getting seen by pedophiles in a white fucking ice cream truck or some shit. He didn't say that. He just said, what clothing did I take off besides my hoodie to block my nephew while he was going to the washroom? And then he said, well, we obviously can't charge a 4-year-old because he had to pee, so we're charging you with it. And so basically we just drove away. He paid the ticket, and yeah, never again did I take a piss in a bush until not too recently when I had to take a piss. But I don't give a shit anymore. So, what else can we talk about fucking shit cops? I guess just the fact that they think they own the world. And if you're a pickup driver, no offense, but I know what you're like. You think you own the fucking road, don't you? And if you don't, by all means, 1,000 apologies to you and a lot of respect. But whenever I ride my bicycle, the truck will run me off into the dirt because he owns the fucking road because, ooh, look at me, I'm in an F-150 6.0 blowing gaskets, for fuck's sake. I think I'm everything. I can hold more groceries than your mama's minivan. So that means that I own the fucking road because I can hold more rims in the back of my car than a PT fucking Cruiser, for Christ's sakes. And not only that, but they just think that they're in fucking beasts. They think that they're riding a horse and everyone else is riding a fucking poodle. They just think that they are the best and the strongest with the most horsepower. They just think they're the dominant fucking species of vehicles, I guess. They just think that they're the alpha car and they deserve the whole fucking road to themselves and everybody else can just fuck off. They think basically they're a cop with the lights on, so everybody should pull over, get out of their car, and fucking bow down and worship to the sons of bitches. And if you're a truck driver and you don't do that, and you're a nice, normal civilian who drives a car like a normal fucking person, like I said, 1,000 apologies, respect to you, because you're a good fucking driver. And one other thing, it doesn't happen in Canada too often. This is more of an American, like, kind of sometimes in Mexico kind of problem. Actually, it does happen in Canada. It happens in Quebec, and it's called people do not know how the fuck to drive a car. They're like, yeah, so my first car is a Porsche 911 Turbo. I don't even know how to shift the fucking thing. I just hammer the gas down and smack the stick, and it kind of starts going faster every once in a while. So, you know, why the fuck not, right? So then they see a motorcycle, they don't give a shit, they gotta get over the lane, so they rip their fucking e-brake and decide to Tokyo drift like they're driving this fucking thing, and they try to Tokyo drift into the other goddamn lane, and then the biker's completely cut off, and sometimes they even clip him, and he falls off, and when he falls off, maybe he slides into the other lane, and, you know, no more fucking biker, no more bikers jumping on the motorcycle, because a fucking semi-truck turn their brain into Glenn's fucking face on the dirt from The Walking Dead, basically. Which I was kind of sad when that happened, not even gonna lie. Glenn was a good guy. What he did. Fuck. I sometimes go off track. When you start to watch more of my videos, you'll realize that I really, really, really like to go off track. But back to this. Can't fucking drive. They, well, guess what? They can't fucking drive, so, I guess that kind of wraps up this video. If you're from Quebec and you're listening to this, you probably can't drive either. You don't own this, you own a fucking Prius.